The 2018 Golden Joystick Awards are coming up, and there is 10 VR games battling it out to be the best VR game of the year. In this lineup there is truly some amazing titles that it's quite hard just to pick one. Some newer games are here, as well as some older ones. Let's take a look. Doom FIREWALL was quite a shock to many, myself included. I really didn't think we would be exploring the world of Doom in VR quite so soon. The fast-paced gameplay worked so well, and the fact that you could use all controller types in the game made sure that no PSVR gamer was left out. Longtime fans of the series really were in for a treat with this one. This is the competitive shooter that the PSVR so desperately needed. When playing, you quite often tell yourself just one more round, and before you know it, a whole hour has passed. Not only do you keep playing for the intense shootouts, but you also get addicted to the unlockables system, and this game really does finally give us a real reason to own an aim controller. FLOTILLA 2 is the only game on the list that hasn't had a PSVR release. It's a turn-based single-player strategy game where you must outsmart and outmaneuver enemies in space. As it's up for nomination, it must be something quite special, so I really hope we get to see a PSVR release sometime in the future. Nog was one of the first PSVR games I reviewed, and although it was a very long time ago, I fondly remember peering into each of the game's toy-like boxes. It really did make me feel like a kid again, as I solved each of the game's puzzles. It was also one of the first games to introduce VR gamers to warp holes, which gave us a real feeling of being sucked in, and the game overall was quite trippy. Not many PSVR games can boast so much attention to detail. Before even taking control of Quill in a level, you are taken back by how beautiful each location is. Moss had a lot of hype to live up to, and it certainly delivered. The platforming is fun, the puzzles are at just the right difficulty to ensure the game moves at a steady pace, and Quill's animations are top notch. Quill may be small, but it doesn't make her adventure any less grand. Moss is definitely one of the most deserving games to be on this list. Incredibly fluid and fun controls made even the laziest VR gamer get up off their seat and be active. So many movement controls seemed daunting at first, but after only a few races, everything just came together and you was able to navigate the courses like a pro. The thrill of big jumps, flight and intense online racing that all takes place in bright, colourful, wide open racetracks instantly made this a must-own game on the system. After hearing people talk about the limitations of the PSVR, SKYRIM VR running on the system seemed like only a dream to us gamers, but somehow BETHESDA pulled it off, and even made it work with quite short loading times. We have seen and played many versions of SKYRIM over the years, but there's nothing quite like actually physically standing in a world we know so well. It's like revisiting a place you have gone on holiday to before, only this time you won't want to leave. For horror fans, the persistence is a must. The atmosphere is expertly crafted, it has creepy corridors, scary enemies, and it is one of the few games where they perfected randomly generated levels. Not only will you come back time and time again for the frights, you will also return for the addictive upgrade system that constantly rewards you right up until the very end. There is so many horror games on for PSVR, but this is one that truly deserves to be in the list. This psychological thriller has you switching between multiple perspectives. You are a test subject suffering from PTSD and must solve puzzles to progress the story. This is one of the very few high quality games that I have not fully experienced yet, but after playing the demo on the PlayStation Store, it's obvious why this game has made the list. WIPEOUT is a series that has a very dedicated fanbase, and it's easy to see why. The excellent course design, fast-paced racing and beautiful graphics combine so well that you'd be forgiven if you thought this game was made from the ground up to be in VR. I wasn't part of the fanbase of this game before playing it in VR, but I'm happy to be now. This really is an amazing list that shows some of the best talent currently working on VR games. To have your say and also show your support to the developers, you can vote for your top game. Links to do so are in the description and comments of this video. The awards will be taking place on the 16th of November, so be quick and vote to make sure your game has the best fighting chance possible. It really is great to see so many deserving titles appear in this list, and whilst making this video, so many memories came back to me. It really has been an amazing year for VR games. Links to have your say are below this video, and be sure to let me know who you are voting for in the comments section.